Hi everybody, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a tag video, which I haven't done for a while, but I always get super excited to do them, and this one I'm doing today is the Cozy Christmas Book Tag, which was originally created by Call Me After Coffee, and I will link that video down in the description for you, so make sure you go and check out their channel. And this is kind of a shorter a shorter tag, but we could still have a little bit of fun with it. Question number 1. Twinkling Lights. What is the most beautiful book that you own? This one is very subjective, and I know that I am probably forgetting one, but at first glance, I would have to go with A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. I haven't read this yet, but it recently came in, and I have just been so in love with this cover. It's beautiful. I can't get over it. I can't get enough of it. And I'm really, really loving the look of this. Like the fireflies and just like the shades of the blue and the green on the cover. It's not picking up the best in the lighting, but it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. And it makes me want to push this right to the top of my TBR. It won't be until January because right now I'm doing Christmas themed books. But this is probably going to be one of the first ones that I get to after the beginning of the year. Question number 2. The Prettiest Tree. Will you pay more to get the prettiest edition of a book? Short answer to this is no. I am a relatively frugal person. I don't spend a lot of money, and to me, I don't see the point in buying in spending a whole lot of money on a very expensive book because it has a pretty edition. I do admire those editions. I like kind of drooling over them when I watch other people's videos, but unless I can get a good deal on it, like at a thrift store or on thriftbooks.com, I will not pay extra for a pretty edition of a book, especially if it is a book that I already own. I don't really believe in having multiple editions of a single book. It takes up too much space, and you're only going to read one of them at a time anyway. That's just kind of my personal preference on it. The only exception to this that I have is I have 3 copies of Gone with the Wind. One of them is a first edition, and it's shrink wrapped to keep it from falling apart because it's so old. And I just think that might be worth something one day, so I'm kind of holding on to that. And then I have an edition that is very special to my heart because it was gifted to me when I was only 10 years old, and I've had it all these years. And there's another one I'm never going to read, but it's very, very pretty. And the only reason that I'm keeping that one is because it was left to me after my aunt died a few years back. It was her favorite book, and that's kind of like a special honoring thing for her to hold on to that, but that is the only reason that I have 3 copies of that book, and I do not plan on getting any more editions of any other books. If I do discover that I accidentally have to, which has happened before, I will get rid of the duplicate. Question 3. Build a snowman. Make a Christmas book stack color or theme. I'm going to opt out of this one. I'm sorry. I know that's cheating, but quite honestly, I do not have the space to do one. And I also don't have the physical ability if something were to go wrong and it was to collapse or something. Like, it could be potentially dangerous for me. I am disabled. So, I'm not going to take that risk. However, I do think that the book stacks are very beautiful. I like looking at them on other channels. I like looking at pictures of them, but I don't trust myself to be able to put one together safely. And even if I did, I don't have anywhere to put it. Question 4. Crackling Fire. What book makes you feel warm and cozy? There are so many answers to this question. There are so many books that are staples and make me feel warm and make me feel happy. But the one that I would stick to, especially if referring to the Christmas season, would be Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. There is just something so heartwarming and sweet and endearing, and it just fits with the holiday season so well. And whenever I reread that one, I always reread it during the holiday season, whether it be around Thanksgiving or Christmas, whatever. It's always in that like kind of little window. But yeah, I really, really love that. It makes my soul leap every time that I read it. It's so warm and so fun, and I just cannot get enough of it. Question 5, knee-high socks. What is the longest book that you have read? I read a lot of books. I read a lot of long books. I enjoy a long book, but I think the title for the longest one easily would go to It by Stephen King. As you can see, it is massive. This book is, let me count, I don't even know how many. Let me look. 1,153 pages. Yes. But it didn't feel like that while I was reading it. Like, I flew through this. I enjoyed it so much. It was such a fun read and such a good adventure, and I loved the friendship between the kids in this, and it was just, I loved this with every fiber of my being. So it's like, to me, I didn't care that it was that long. Yeah, there were probably a couple of spots where it could have been trimmed down a little, but personally, I enjoyed every minute of this. Question 6, ugly sweaters. What is the ugliest book that you own? This probably is not accurate, but I read it not too long ago, so it was the first one that came into my mind, and that is 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard. There is absolutely nothing special about this cover. It's just an apartment building. I didn't like the font. It's matte, so like the colors don't pop, and I just like, nothing draws me to this cover. Other than this question, obviously, but yeah, I'm sure there's some other ones on these shelves, but this is the one that comes immediately to mind. Question 7, Blizzards. A book that is set in the winter or that gives you the chills and has dark themes. This one is so hard, because I love things that take place during the winter in snowstorms, because it often creates an isolated setting, which I just love. I would say a couple that come to mind right off the bat are The Shining by Stephen King, where there is a family who has taken on responsibilities of a caretaker at a hotel in the Colorado mountains, and a member of the family develops a serious case of cabin fever, and they literally cannot leave because of a massive blizzard. Another one would be One by One by Ruth Ware. It's a kind of a similar thing. A bunch of people go to this hotel for a retreat, a business retreat. It's a bunch of employees for a particular company, and they get snowed in by a massive blizzard, and then members of this company start to be picked off one by one, hence the name. There are many, many, many more. Those are just the ones that immediately come into my mind. Question 8, Home for the Holidays. For all the rereaders out there, are there any books that make you feel like you're going home? Yes. For me, there are many, many, many books that make me feel like I'm going home. A big one is the Harry Potter series. This has been a staple in my life since childhood. They're just so magical, and they're so fun, and they make me smile. If I'm down, they never fail to lift my spirits. There's just this quality with those books that I can't put my finger on, but those are a major going home moment for me. Also, I'm kind of getting that vibe from Ruth Ware. Any Ruth Ware. I've only recently discovered her within like maybe the last 3 years, so this isn't something that like goes way back, but I feel like all of her books have extreme readability, rereadability potential, and I'm sure that I'm going to read them again and again and again over the years, for years to come. I enjoy them greatly, and I definitely feel like they're going to be growing into that spot for me. So for this video, I tag Alex Black Reads, and I hope that you all go and check out her video when she does it, because her channel is amazing as well. That is all that I have for you guys today. If you liked this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, follow me on the social medias, click that bell if you want to be notified of all of my upcoming videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.